Last video we saw how we can bootstrap a React application, right? So in this video we'll continue and we'll create a first component and then we'll try to test it. The whole idea of TDD is that we first write the test and then we write the actual production code. But because we have not yet started with any component, so in this video particularly, I will first create a component and then I will write a test. But going forward, we'll first write the test case. Let's discuss TDD, then we'll see how we'll do it. So in TDD, I will first write the test cases. That test case will fail, right? Because I don't have the code backing it, right? So that test case will fail. I will write the bare minimum production code to make it pass. Once the test case is passing, I will add more stuff to my production code to make it very near to what I want. Once that is done, I will write more test case for the new things which I want. Again, those test cases will be failing. Again, I will write the production code. So first we'll write the test case, those test case will fail, and then we'll write the production code, right? But just for this video, we are taking a exception and we are first creating a component, right? So I'll create a component, say user test, right? So where assume we want to show the list of users using the application, and we want to show the list of the users, right? So I'll create a user list component, right? So my first component, I will do import React from React, and I'll say, so I am using React functional components. We can also use classes, but because functional components are more closer to the function style of programming, we will be using those. But feel free to create a class-based component if you already know how to do that, right? So I'll say user list. This is a arrow function which is for user list, right? So I'll say return. I'm not sure what I want to do with this component right now. We know we want to show the list, but like what will be the semantics and everything. For now I'll just return a heading. So I'll just say user, we'll say active users, right? Active users. Make sense? Now because we want to use it in our other components, I'll say it's for default user list, right? So this is a very basic React component. Now let's see how we can actually import it. For now I will remove everything which is there in the header. I will just import my user list, and React and code will already automatically know from where it needs that component, and hence it will import the component, right? I have removed the logos, I'll remove it. Now let's see if it is working. We'll go to our browser, see. So earlier, if you remember in the last video, we saw that the icon was coming in the default application which we created from the create React app, right? Now in this we see that the active users is coming, right? So now the main thing, now let's create a test case for this component. So what we'll do is test. So this is the Jest naming convention which we are following. It is as per the Jest documentation. Please follow the same. JSX. So this is my test case, right? Because we are using React, so I will just import it. Then let's see how we can write the test case, right? Test case, right? So the first, the way to write test cases is create a describe block. Describe, and then say user list, active user list, right? The business scenario is that the users which are active. again we'll create a arrow function, and then inside this sorry, we'll write our test case, right? So this is the test case body. A single describe block can have multiple it blocks or the test cases. And if you see, if you saw, like as soon as I saved it, it ran because I have actually installed the Zest extension for Chrome. It is not required, but it's a good thing that as soon as I'm writing, it is running the test. But if you want, you can install it, otherwise there's no issues. And in the it block, I'll say should show the heading, right? Because in our component, we have not done anything, right? We are just showing a heading. So that is what we are testing here. And in the heading, now everything is done. Let's render our component. So there is a utility in React testing library for rendering component. So I have, see, it is imported. I have rendered it. Now, I hope everything is clear till now. So we have done nothing. We have created a very basic component with one paragraph user list, active user list, and now we are testing it. So to test it, I need to render it, or I need to run the page, right? I need to activate or create that DOM which user will be seeing, or which we can actually test, right? So what React testing library provides us is, I have rendered it, but to query that DOM, I have some functions. So this is nothing but object destructuring. If you are not aware, then please read about it. Destructuring, and in the I'll say get by test, right? So what I'm saying is, React testing library, please render my component and please give me a function using which I can actually get the component or query the components, right? Controls in my page, right? So now I'll say expect get by test. What I want to test is, let's see what we have in our page, active users. Let's copy this, right? And now what I want to assert is that this should be present in the document. So I'll say to be in the document, right? So I'll stop the running application. I will try to run the test case. Okay, one failed, one passed. Okay, now this failed test case is something which create React app, the utility which we used in the last demo, has created automatically. But because we have already removed that logo and everything, we can just delete this test case because it is not relevant. I have already removed everything from this component and I am just rendering my user list. So we can remove it. I'll run all the test cases again, which is like we will have only one test case and it is passing. Right, now let's see if we are actually doing it right or it's a fluke, right? So I'll say get by text users. I have done a typo. Right, now if you see, the DOM which was rendered by Jest in the JS DOM, which is an in-memory representation of the DOM, is this, right? But what we are expecting it is this, and hence my test case failed. Now I'll correct the text, I'll save it, and it should pass now. And now it is passing. I hope so. This is the first test case we have written in this demo series. I hope everyone have understood this. Please let me know if you have any queries in any part of the explanation of this demo. Note, like share your queries in comments. I will be more than happy to reply. Please like my channel, subscribe, and I will be adding more test cases, more scenarios for testing all your React app and we will even discuss the things in React which will help you to become a better developer, a better front-end developer throughout the stack. So the Jest, React, and React testing library. Thanks, guys.